James Vittori.
Burning questions.
Yeah.
Howdy, I'm James Vittori, everyone's favorite Street Fighter, and this is Burning Questions. Today we got a question from Susanna, and I'm not quite sure where Susanna's writing in, but there's two Z's in Susanna, so it's awesome. It's a great name. Susanna, rock on. And it's funny because, Susanna, you write this very personal question, and I think it speaks to everyone. I think there's so many people out there, especially you, and where I figure out where you're coming from and your age bracket and all that kind of stuff and where you are professionally. It speaks to everyone, and that's the good kind of burning question. So she writes in and she says, "Dear James, why do we have so many ideas that we think are brilliant, great, awesome, fabulous, and keep us up for days or even weeks? And then after we've created them, we put them out there, and no one seems to care. Are we actually keeping the best ideas to ourselves? Are we not letting the good ones out? Or is it about not having found our people? If so, how do we find them?" Susanna, listen. I'm going to be kind to you because you wrote me a very nice letter after this. And I appreciate that and all the nice things you've said. And I'm going to be kind, and like I am to all the Burning Questions fans. But listen, are you kidding me? One of the greatest presidents ever was Abraham Lincoln. And he was a failure politically practically his entire life until he was 54 years old. And you know what happened at 54? He became president. Herman Melville's Moby Dick went through an untold number of publishers before it was finally published. Most of the great stuff works this way. Vince Van Gogh was a failure his entire life. And you want it now. You want it now. I put stuff out last week and I want to hear about it. I want to sell. This is a problem. This is a problem across the board because we see what happens on the internet. We see all these internet sensations, these people who've been in the business for a couple of years, and all of a sudden, bada bing, bada boom, and they're on a Google ad, and all this shit's happening for them. That is not the norm. That's not normal. That's not supposed to happen. That's a sin. That's like professional fighters. The curse of professional fighters is that they have no experience with money whatsoever. And they win a couple of fights, and all of a sudden they're thrown into the ring with the fucking lions. And they've got Don King thinking Don King's their friend. And all he does is rape them. All he does is take all their money and leave them with nothing. It's the story of fighters. And you know what? You don't want that. Susanna, listen. Why do you work? Why do we as artists, as creators work? You gotta ask yourself that question. Why am I working? Why am I making this work? Why am I making these goofy little drawings? Am I making them for financial reward? Because if you're making them for financial reward solely, then you're screwed. You know why? Because you'll never be happy. Because I know people who have a ton of money and they're not happy. You know why? Because they just sit around and watch their money and try to make it grow. That's not happy. When it grows, they're happy. But you want it now. Everybody wants it now. Jesus Christ, I don't understand this thing. This is art, design, art. It's not a profession, it's who we are. It's what you do. It's what you put out into the world. This question reminds me of a story I've told a number of times about the Bhagavad Gita, right? And in the Bhagavad Gita, it's a story of Arjun, a warrior, going into battle, going into a civil war against his family, right? His family's on the other side of this civil war. And when we meet him in the beginning of the story, he's slumped down in his chariot, unable to fight, completely riddled with self-doubt. Luckily for Arjun, his charioteer is Krishna. And the whole story is a conversation between Arjun and Krishna. And Krishna says, in a line that I didn't understand for years, and Susanna, you are at this point right now. You don't understand this. And it's really important that you do. And Krishna says, you are not entitled to the fruit of your labor. You are only entitled to the work itself. Meaning, you cannot focus on the reward. You can plant, but you can't focus on the reward. You can do the work, but you cannot focus on the reward. Your reward is planting. Your reward is doing the work. Your reward is humping every day. Every day. Because if you focus on the reward, you will never be happy. Because the reward will never be enough. You know, I've been doing burning questions for more than 3 years. Do I hope more of it? Yes. Is it there yet? No. Will I keep going? Yes. Because why do I do it? I do it for you. I do it because I love you. I do it because I've had, and I'm having, a marvelous career, and I want other people to have that. Do I own a yacht? No. Do I have a fleet of muscle cars? No. Not yet. We all want stuff right now, and it doesn't work that way. You can't have it now. Because you can't have it now because your work is not making you happy. Right? Your work has to make you happy. That's the goal. I mean, used to do assignments. I'd give my students assignments, and they'd have a week to work on it, a difficult assignment. They'd have a week to work at it, and I would come back into class the next week, and they'd put all their work up on the wall, and I would say, we're not going to talk about this. We're going to go do something else. And they were like, oh, ba-bee, ba-ba-bee, moo-ma-ha. And the answer to them was, why did you do the work? Did you do the work because you enjoyed it? Did you do the work because it made you happy? Did you do the work for some reward? For a pat on the back? For a little nice job, Timmy? You dumb motherfucker. Did you do the work for approval? Are you seeking approval? Because if you're seeking approval, it's the wrong reason. If you're seeking a reward, it's the wrong reason. If you do work that makes you happy and you put it out into the world, you will find your tribe. You have to be patient. You have to put it out in all the ways possible. And there are so many ways possible. This is the best time in the world to be an artist, to be a designer, to be a creator. This is the best time in the world. It also means it's the worst time in the world because you got to put it out in all those damn channels, right? Listen, you cannot work for the reward because the reward will never be enough. You have to work to make yourself happy. Get out there, do the work, keep doing it, put it out into the world. Use all those networks possible. But do the work that makes you happy, because that in turn makes other people happy. This is James Victori. Susanna, do the work. Do the work. Do the work that blows your skirt up. Do the work that makes you excited. It's awesome. And that's all I do. I just hump away. I just sit at a desk, big table, and I work until I make myself laugh. And then I know I've done something. Burning questions. Love something other than yourself. Make work that matters. And have a damn opinion.